So you get that email. You know the one. The subject line just says promotion, and it feels amazing, right? Like a huge win. But what if I told you that when you actually do the math, that victory might not be a victory at all? Let's break down the hidden numbers behind the celebration. And that right there is the quiet mathematical truth that so many people just never see. I know, it's a pretty bold claim, but stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll see exactly how a bigger salary can secretly end up costing you more than it gives. We call this whole thing the promotion trap. And it's that sneaky moment when the cool new title, the pressure to spend more, and the expectation of working way more hours, it all comes together to quietly just eat away at your actual wealth. And more importantly, your freedom. To really see how this plays out in the real world, let's follow two people at the same company. We've got Blake, the go-getter who's climbing that corporate ladder fast, and then we have Jordan, who decides to take a completely different path. Okay, so just looking at this, who's winning? I mean, it's Blake, obviously, right? He's a director. He's pulling in way bigger salary. Doesn't matter if you're looking at dollars or rupees, he seems like he's totally crushing it compared to Jordan. But see, that's just on paper. That's the surface level view. The real story, the one that actually matters, isn't just about the money coming in. It's about the life, the hours going out. And this is where the whole picture just completely flips upside down. To see the truth, we need a new metric. Forget about the total salary for a minute. We need to look at the effective hourly rate. It's a super simple calculation, but wow, does it reveal the true value of your time? So let's ask the real question here. Once you factor in every single late night, every weekend email, who's actually getting paid more for their time? And okay, this is where it gets really interesting. Look at this breakdown. Blake's putting in 60-hour weeks. That is 20 extra hours of unpaid labor every single week. That adds up to 800 hours a year he's basically just giving to the company for free. Jordan, she works for 40 hours and she's out. So when you run the numbers, after taxes, Blake's actual hourly rate is lower than Jordan's. This chart just says it all, doesn't it? That's the punchline. Jordan is earning more per hour of her life than her own boss. Blake got the fancy title, sure, but Jordan got the better deal on her time. And that is the only resource you can never, ever buy back. So, if the map is so obvious, why doesn't Blake feel like he's losing? Why does he still feel like he's on top of the world? Well, this is where the second part of the trap, the really dangerous part, snaps shut. And it's called lifestyle inflation. You might have heard of it as the Diderot effect. Basically, as soon as your income goes up, your brain says, okay, permission to upgrade everything. Your spending expands to meet and, often blow right past your new salary. And suddenly, you have nothing left to show for that raise. For Blake, it started with the car. He wasn't just Blake anymore, he was Director Blake. And in his mind, a director needed to drive a car that looked the part. So bam, a $72,000 BMW. And just like that, he's locked into years of payments just to keep up an image. But it's not just the big stuff. It's the little things that bleed you dry. Blake moved to a fancier neighborhood where the social scene is just more expensive. We're talking about the friendship tax, where a casual dinner out with friends is suddenly a $300 event. His entire raise was basically gone within 2 months. All right, now let's flip back to Jordan and see the alternative path. She understood something really fundamental. Real wealth isn't what you spend, it's about what you keep and what you can build with the time that you protect for yourself. Because Jordan said no thanks to the promotion, she kept those 20 extra hours a week for herself. And she put that time to work. She's managing a high-yield savings account, she's growing a dividend portfolio, she's even running a small consulting gig on the side. And yeah, she kept her old Toyota because she wasn't funding an image, she was funding her own freedom. And here it is, the final scorecard. Despite making a lower salary on paper, Jordan's net worth is way higher than Blake's. It's that simple. Blake is busy funding a lifestyle, while Jordan is quietly building actual wealth. This all boils down to a really crucial idea. True wealth is invisible. It's the money in your savings, it's your investments, it's the lack of debt. It's having the actual time to enjoy the life you've built, not just financing the appearance of one. So what's the takeaway for you in all this? Look, the goal isn't to say no to every promotion. The goal is to go into it with your eyes wide open, valuing your time as the most precious thing you have. The next time a promotion is on the table, use this checklist. Don't just get dazzled by the new salary number. First, calculate what you'll actually take home after taxes. Be brutally honest about the extra hours and the new lifestyle pressures. And number one, calculate your new effective hourly rate. Are you really going to be earning more for your time? And always remember this, that career ladder isn't the only way to get ahead. Sometimes making a sideways move, getting new skills without all the management headaches, is the smartest play you can make. It's about finding the path where your Tuesdays actually belong to you. Ultimately, everything we've talked about comes down to this one single question. It's probably the most important number in your entire financial life, and only you can answer it. What is 1 hour of your life really worth?